What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of ID Fishing. It's been a while since I've been in front of the camera, but today is a new rod and reel arsenal video. This one's going to be more than the last one. The last one was just bait casters. This one I'm going to do the whole shebang. Yes, I'm not only a bass fisherman, but I do small panfish, and there's some combos in here. And there's some that I also don't have in here right now that are either on, like I have a reel that's on an ice fishing rod, and then a couple like are at my grandma and grandpa's that I just keep there for the year. Like I had fly rods I could show you guys, but not into that right now. So I'm just going to show you guys this stuff. So I'm going to go from the stuff that I use like the least valuable to me. So let's start this off right here. My least valuable rod and reel that I use probably, oh boy, we're already knocking them over, is this one right here. Okay, this is a 4'3", what is this? A Shakespeare micro spin rod. I'm gonna use this for trout fishing. This is a light action rod, and then it's just got a little gander mount in. What is this? Advantage 1 ball bearing, 5-to-1 gear ratio with 4-pound test for trout fishing. I grew up trout fishing and pan fishing, so that's what I use this for. So that is my first combo. Second one is another little 4'3". This is a extra light rod, quantum rod, extra light quantum, 2-piece rod for traveling and stuff. Like I said, I grew up trout fishing and pan fishing. This is where it all started. This is a Bass Pro Crappie Max with a 5-to-1 gear ratio and 4 ball bearings. I have another one of these reels, like I said, that's on the ice fishing reel that I keep on this rod right here. This is, oh boy, this is my most valuable like spinning, like panfish trout rod. This is my Shakespeare Micro Series 5'6" light action rod. This rod I love for bluegill fishing, like with a bobber or crappie or perch fishing. 5'6", so it's good for going around local and like pond or lake hopping, and jigging pipes and stuff like that for bluegill in the springtime. So there's that one. And then my next is this Ugly Stick GX2. This is like what I use my tube rod for like smallmouth and stuff. I'm not doing that much anymore, so that's why I put it here. It's just, I don't use it that much anymore. That's why it doesn't even have line on it right now. Like a lot of these you'll see without line because it's December and I'm not fishing and I'm respooling everything up for 2018. So this right here, this is a little 5'6" medium action with a 5-to-1 gear ratio. Usually I have like 12-15 pound fluorocarbon on here for tubes. Then my next is this right here, this little guy. This is a telescopic rod. Yes, it's a telescopic rod, and it's pretty high up from all my other spinning. This is a lews telespeed reel. What's the gear ratio on this thing? This thing's got, where does it say? We're finding it. Oh, it's got a 5-01 gear ratio with a 2 ball bearing system. I like to put this in my backpack if I'm going like after school fishing, so I don't have to bring like a big rod into school because I don't have a car that I can leave it in. So yeah, I'll bring this and I'll put it in my backpack and I'll go fishing after school. So yeah, that's pretty nice. I think it goes out to a 4.6 rod. Pretty high quality. I like it. Then next on my spinning list is my most valuable spinning setup. This right here, I threw this thing all year round tournament fishing. This is my 5'6", 6 foot, doesn't say on the rod, Hank Parker Speed Stick. I love this thing. I fish this with all my wacky rigs and stuff like this. Stuff like that has a 5-to-1 gear ratio, 3 ball bearing system. I have 10-pound braid on here right now. And let's see, what am I fishing with? There it is, the Iconelli, the VMC Iconelli wacky hook with a baby bass Gary Yamamoto Senko. And that's my bread and butter. This is my bread and butter right here. Like, if I had one rod I could keep out of all these, it would be this one. Like, I catch most of my fish on this little spinning setup. Now to bait caster. I guess my least valuable right now is this one. This is the Mach 1 speed stick that is currently broken. Yes, I broke this first tournament of the season. If anybody has one of these rods that they want to sell without the reel, just the rod, DM me on Instagram, dhayes_128. DM me if you have just the rod that you want to sell. It's a 610 medium heavy rod. This thing was, I loved it. So if you guys just have the rod, DM me and hit me up with a price. So I guess that's my least valuable right now. Then my next least valuable is this. I'm still using this to throw my Texas rigs, just weightless Senkos. It had 10-pound braid on it, and I was throwing it. This is a Abu Garcia Black Max 6.6 medium action rod. Right here, as you guys can see, the grip's torn apart on it. The reel is kind of stuck on there. So yeah, it's got 5-ball bearings. And what's the gear ratio on this thing? A 6:4:1 gear ratio. So I mean, I love this thing for throwing my weightless Texas rigs. But as you guys can see, it's a little beat up. So I might get those wind grips and like wrap it and try to do stuff like that to make it nice again. But yeah, this thing I used a couple times this year until it got real bad. And I got a couple new combos. So that's my next combo on there. Next one that I find down there with my bait casting is probably this one right here. This is what I like to use as my topwater jerkbait rod. This is a 6.6 medium action pinnacle rod. The reel has 2 ball bearings and a 6:3:1 gear ratio. Right now I have 10-pound test on there with a little Lunker Hunt popper. This rod has a wicked soft tip. It goes like that, so I love it for twitching my jerkbaits and my poppers and spooks like that. So I have that there. My next is, right here. This is my Fluger Pursuit 6.6 medium heavy. This thing I also use for the same thing pretty much. But it's medium heavy, so I used it for jigs and stuff like that. But right now, this one's kind of out of commission. It doesn't cast too far, so I use it for like flipping, like little flipping stuff. Like 1/4 ounce tungsten. So I throw smaller Texas rigs on this right now. It has a 6:4:1 gear ratio and 8-ball bearings, so it's pretty good. I need to go get it cleaned out though, with some real maintenance. My next one right here, this is my cranking setup. It has a new reel on it this year that you guys don't know about. This is the Lews Laser SD Speed Stick rod with a 7-foot medium action. I use this for square bills, as you guys can see. But this reel, this is a Bass Pro Tournament, what's the box say right here? This is a Pro Qualifier reel. This thing retails, as you guys can see, for 80 bucks. Picked this reel for 30 bucks at a garage sale this year. Nothing's wrong with the reel. It works beautiful. So right here I have 12-pound fluorocarbon for my square bills. This is a 2.5 KVD square bill. 6:4:1 gear ratio, 7-ball bearings. Thing works beautiful for square bills and crankbaits. Next one, ooh, this is tough. Have to go to here. This is my spinnerbait rod. This is another rod you guys have not seen yet. This is a custom Chasing Tails custom rod. This is a 610, I believe, or a 7-foot medium heavy rod. For as the one and only Bomber spinnerbaits. These things are phenomenal. I've caught so many fish on these this year. I probably went through 20. If you guys have a Herb Phillipson's near you, pick some of these up. That's where I buy mine. They're like under $2 a piece. I have 12-pound fluorocarbon on there. On this lews Mach 1 speed spool. It has a 7:1:1 gear ratio and 10-ball bearings. I love this thing. As you guys can see, this thing is a beaut. Next rod and reel combo right here. This is my top water swim bait, like swim jig rod. It's my 7.3 power heavy lews Mach speed stick with the lews Mach speed spool, 751 gear ratio, 10 ball bearings, 30-pound braid on there for my swim baits and swim jigs. Right here I have on a little, not little, this is like a 6-inch swim bait, life target swim bait, so that's what I have on here. Or I'll throw, like I said, a swim jig, or if it's not like spring or winter, I would have a frog tied on and not a swim bait, because I don't really swim bait in the summertime. And then my most precious, beautiful rod I own, right here, the brand new 2017 lews Mach Crush. I will have a review on this thing, definitely. Ryan has one himself. This is a 7-foot medium heavy rod. I use this for jigs. This is a 751 gear ratio, 10 ball bearings, the new wind grips, and I have 15-pound fluorocarbon on here, and the jig I have tied on is a little 3/8 ounce finesse jig. This thing is a beaut. Like I said, I'm going to have a video review on that soon. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to try to get back in the swing of things, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.